Hi! Today I'm using the Butterfly Beauty dies to make dazzling die cut cards that'll make your heart flutter. My Butterfly Beauty cards are dazzling and colorful. I'm Shelley Godby, the owner and CEO of Stamping Smiles, and for 18 years I've been teaching others how to create their own hand stamped smiles. And you'll absolutely want to stick around to the end because I want to show you more than a dozen versions of my Butterfly Beauty card. Here's a closer view of the Butterfly Beauty dies, and beauties they are. Look at all the butterflies that you get. So far I've made 11 of the 27 cards I'll need for the Greek Isles Grand Vacation. And making those first 11, I've learned a lot of tips that I'm going to share with you. So the first thing we need to do is grab our die cutting machine, and we're going to use this gorgeous die with the 5 butterflies. I've got my Big Shot die cutting machine, so now we need to build it up to the appropriate thickness. So I'm starting with the Big Shot platform, and then I'll need the thin die adapter, and this beautiful die is very intricate. So I'm going to use the precision base plate, and this will replace the bottom cutting pad. The writing side, that goes down. Okay, and so if you follow my videos, you know I'm a big fan of the SNAIL Adhesive sheets and really like them with intricate dies like this because it turns it into a self-adhesive die cut. Well, what happened to me was I just had a hard time getting them out of the die. It was just taking too long. I needed to make 27 of these and it was taking too long. So we're going to do something else instead. But here's the dazzling part, the sparkle glimmer paper. Ah, isn't that gorgeous? So we'll place our die on there. Okay, and something else that I learned, I was cutting this paper to 4 by 5 1/4, and I was having a tough time. It really needed to be a little bit longer to be able to die cut this, and I thought, what am I saving? Because it comes in 12 by 12 sheets. I did need it to be 4 so I could get as many as possible out of there, but at 5 1/4, 5 1/2, I'm still going to get 6 of these out of there. So life got a lot easier doing that. And I'll have a link to my blog post with all the measurements for my card. So what I need to do is place this on here, just make sure everything is on the sparkle glimmer paper, and then I finish with another cutting pad. Okay, and we'll place that on top, place it instead of sliding it because it could scoot the die. So now we'll crank this through, and that precision base plate cuts through these intricate dies like butter. Okay, that's a really good tight fit, but you need that. So whenever I use an intricate die like this, I always like to back up and give it a second pass through. Okay, now it cut beautifully with the SNAIL Adhesive sheets on the back. Like I said, was having a hard time getting it out, but look how that precision base plate cuts this. Isn't that fantastic? I've got my die brush tip on my Take Your Pick tool, and I replaced the putty end with this. Okay, and so here are some things that I learned. First, I just went and poked these out real quickly. Instead of running the brush over it, this was really quick to do. I said you start learning some tricks when you have to make a bunch of them. Okay, so got that out of the way. And then what I learned was, see this line? This is really delicate. That is very thin. So what I did all of the antennas. And I'm keeping the paper piercing tool on the other end. So I did the antennas and then around it. So we'll do here, here, definitely these because they delicate. And I really don't want to tear them. So all of the antennas and at the bottom. And we've got these holes to be able to push through. Okay, I'll come up here and get it going, and same over here. Okay, so then very gently start peeling this up. Okay, I thought I got through there, but let's do another one. There. I don't know if you could see that. It pushed up. I could see it. But boy, you don't want to go really fast on this. There. So this comes out easily. For whatever reason, with the adhesive sheets, it just wasn't. And it was just taking way too long. Okay. There we go. We almost have it. We got that out oh so nicely. All right. So now then with my paper piercing tool, I mean, because we used the precision base plate, these are just basically falling out. And look for all of them because like this, that's really pretty. You know, the extra holes that are in there, you want to get them all. And it just gets prettier and prettier as you reveal them all. And this glimmer paper is just beautiful. I'm going to show you one, couple others that I made along the way while getting this design, and the difference with the Whisper White and this. Okay, so to save time, I have one that's already done. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And another thing you want to do is turn it over, because that's when you can really tell if you have any that need to be done, because I don't see any little pieces in there, so I'm in really good shape. Got that done. Okay, so here's what I did for the adhesive. I'm going to use the multi-purpose liquid glue, but instead of outlining all of this, we're going to use a foam brush to brush it on. So what I have here is the silicone craft mat. And let's put this on here. And this will be perfect because the glue won't be sticking to my paper, and then my die cut won't be sticking to the paper. So we'll put some on here. Great. And I can always add more. And I need just a little bit of water to thin it out. This is my aqua painter. Just a little bit of water. Okay. And then my foam brush. We'll take some of this water, mix it in. There we go. And then brush it on. And so we'll just cover every bit of it. Okay, so I would have needed more for that. And then what you do is let it air dry. So after you brush that on, all of it, you let it air dry, and it's really cool because it comes tacky and easy to work with. So we'll set that aside. And I do have one that is air dried and ready to go. Fantastic. All right, so what I have here, and let me put some color underneath me. I did the same thing, used the same die, but just cut the front of my card. Okay, so we've got this ready. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put designer paper in here, and I'm using the, oh my goodness, crazy about this Sia Silhouette paper, and it's gorgeous with this card. But the secret to this is, so this will be backing it, okay? We need these pieces to lay down for us. So I'm going to use the fine tip glue pen. Oh, before I do that, I want to take my SNAIL adhesive, and I'm coming in because that paper is going to go over it. I don't want adhesive, you know, hanging over the edge. But this is another trick that I learned because I did the fine tip glue, and by the time I did all this, things were starting to dry. It's not like the multi-purpose where I want it to get tacky. Okay, so I've got that adhesive on there. So now what I want to do is go around these antennas. If these tips with the little triangles, or these, you know, small tips aren't laying down nicely, our big beautiful butterflies won't look nearly as good. Okay, and the fine tip glue is really nice. I could have used the multi-purpose glue too on this and let it air dry, I thought this worked really well. So I think I got around all the antennas, okay, and all the points. You really need those points. Oh, well, there we go. Still finding a couple more. All right, so then when you have that done, easy, easy, easy. This is the hard part. Which one do I put to peek through? But we're going to have this other peek through. And so how pretty it'll be when they open it up as well. Open up. Oh boy. All right, so then press, because all those little points, we need it adhered really well. So we have the snail around the outside, our fine tip glue pen there, and then look at that. Isn't that gorgeous, the color peeking through? And so what I'm going to show you is many other designs. And so this, see, it's sticky, but you can work with it. And I started at the top. The die cut, you know, it's pliable. It's not stiff. So I just needed to place these in, and I used my paper piercing tool to press in the antennas. And with the multi-purpose liquid glue, see, by letting it air dry, it's tacky, we can work with it, and we don't have glue squirting out all over the place, which is very optimal. Oh, that fell in really nice into place. All right. So like I said, I'm making these for the Greek Isles Grand Vacation that I earned from Stampin' Up. They have just sent me all over the world on fabulous vacations, and it's really a big perk to my business. I just love it and look forward to it every year. And if you've ever thought about becoming a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, that's something you could do too. All right, there we go. And if you're thinking about it, love to have you join my team. And oh my goodness, wouldn't it be fun to be on one of these vacations together? All right, so we got that all pressed in, and there we go. Isn't that beautiful? And so inside it's all decorated, and out here too. Okay, so I promised to show you this card in a bunch of others. So one of the first ones I did, trying to decide what I want to do. This is just Melon Mambo with the Whisper White. Oops, let's pull up here. It's attractive though, isn't it? And so then I had decided, because I was talking with a friend, we were actually, it's one of my downline that's turned into a friend, and we were designing over the phone back and forth. You know, she was talking to me and she's, boy, I just really love that Sea Silhouette paper. So I had to order that and wait for it to get there. But in the meantime, I used the beautiful Magnolia Lane paper. I really like this. It has black in there. It's elegant. It looks like it goes with it. But the Sea Silhouette, wait till you see it. Okay, so, and what's fun is they changed. The one we just did is similar to this. The colors are moved around a little bit differently. Here's the one we just did. Okay. And then the opposite side, how pretty is that? So this is the one with the honeycomb. And it's very pretty, very, very pleased. And then here we go. These are, there's a pattern with leaves. On the opposite side we have this. So here, let me show you. So that's the inside. Isn't that pretty on the outside? Who would have thought these leaves would end up looking like this? Oh my goodness. Okay, so of course we've got more. And trying to pick a favorite, just impossible. All right, this is the big flowers, and I'll show you that, because here's the opposite side. Look at those big flowers. So I just have a lot of color peeking through. And I was talking to a friend who, she did my share, and this wasn't her favorite pack of paper. And I said, oh, wait till you see my video. All right, so here we have another one. All right, oh, isn't this beautiful? This pattern, and then the opposite. very, very pretty. But the sparkle glimmer paper just made them. I mean, the color peeking through is just wonderful. Now for this one and the next one, the opposite sides, I just thought were too dark. It was just, I didn't think they would, just a little bit too dark. So I did 10 of the 12 patterns for my swaps. See, I still think a little bit too dark, but didn't these just all turn out so, so pretty with the Sia silhouette paper and the Butterfly Beauty dies? If you'd like to make my dazzling Butterfly Beauty cards, all the supplies are listed below the video and available to order now in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. And if you're thinking, boy, I'd like to start my own business too by becoming a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and perhaps even joining Shelly on one of those fabulous vacations one day, well, I'd love to have you join my team. If you're ready to start, go to www.startmybusinesswithshelly.com. Or if you'd like to ask some questions first, please get in touch with me. I'm Shelly Godbee, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Thanks for watching.